Shout out to Craig J for sending me this story. And I feel like I haven't done a Karen commentary in a while. So this is going to be one right here. This is just a stock image. This isn't the actual Karen we will be talking about today, as the person that we're going to be talking about is unidentified. Like, we don't see her face, and we don't know her name. Well, her face might be out there somewhere, because I think they said it was recorded on video. But anyway, that's besides the point. So this is happening in San Bernardino, California, where you had this Karen get into it with this black man, as many of them usually tend to do, in which it says she called the cops on this black man over a parking space, then called him the N-word, and then proceeded to tell him that he was stealing from her. Now, I don't know the context behind what I'm about to read, but this is paranormal Karentivity in the flesh, just by reading the title. Because if she's talking about stealing a parking space that she does not have her name on, that's typical Karen behavior. A white woman in San Bernardino County, California, was captured on video calling a young black man the N-word and calling the police on him because he used a parking space that was reserved for residents in her living complex. See, there she goes again, side getting a piece of ass or something. He responds by asking her, "Why are you so hostile?" And even if he was there getting him some, it's no business of yours. Or are you mad because he didn't come to see you? See what I mean? Not minding their business. See, no, I'm not going to say it. Let me continue. She goes on to say, "You're not supposed to be illegally parking." The woman replies. She insists that she has a constitutional right to freedom of speech as she defends her use of the N-word and threatens to report him. See, there they go again with the abuse of that First Amendment right, the freedom of speech. And I've talked about this on my channel plenty of times and how they are like the main abusers of that amendment. Yeah, you can say what you want, but there's also consequences behind it as well. I'm telling you, if they were allowed complete and full control of that First Amendment right as they have bastardized it over the years, especially in this last year, we would be in trouble. But then again, if that gives me a way to, you know what, I wouldn't even care. I'll catch the charge that day. I will catch a verbal assault or a physical assault that day. I'll actually welcome it at that point. "You're stealing from me," the woman says. "I don't have to leave America to go to Africa. You guys need to leave Africa to come to America." She continues. Oh, she went there. Responding, the man filming the video says, "No, you all took us from Africa and brought us here. You hate Mexicans, but every street out here is named a Latin name. You are also hateful. Why do you hate so much?" He continues, "We don't need hatred in the world. There's enough of that going on. You're older. I'm a young man. I probably can't get through to you. But if I can get through to one person, you maybe can get through to 10 people. It's easier to love." His response sounds a little bit of "we are the world, kumbaya, all lives matter-ish." He kind of had me at first when he said, "You took us all from Africa and brought us here," and the hating of the Mexicans and naming every street after a Latin name. But when he said, "Why do you hate so much?" I knew he was teeter-tottering into that all lives matter realm. This is not the same guy that came after that one Karen a couple months ago in her woo-woo outfit. That's definitely not this guy. He said, "There's enough of that going on." I already read that part. After a black police officer responds to the woman's complaint, the man filming questions the woman about how that made her feel. He asks if she believes the police officer was also an N-word. "Nope," she replies. "That's a hate word. I hate somebody stealing from me." What? Okay. Of course she wasn't going to say that cop wasn't the N-word, because she already knew what would happen, especially because he's a black cop. But then again, I don't know what his mindset is. He could be an all lives matter-ish type person as well. Newsweek reached out to the San Bernardino County Sheriff's Office for comment on the incident, but it did not respond in time for publication. The Instagram user described the white woman as a Karen, which has become a catch-all nickname used to describe racist white women and white women who call the police on people of color for mundane activities such as parking. Numerous videos of white people calling the police on black or brown people for various activities have gone viral over the past couple of years. Quite honestly, it's been a viral activity even before social media got a hold of it. It's just that they didn't have a title for it. Such incidents have drawn greater attention and concern amid widespread nationwide demonstrations against police brutality. And I'm not going to go into that because it goes into George Floyd. And we already know about that. But over a parking space, y'all. It wasn't over a parking space. She just felt like calling the cops on a black man that day. And that's why they had to put a law or a bill to try to get something passed where they make it illegal for people, especially white people, mainly them, because they're the only ones really ever doing it, for calling the cops on black people for whatever reason, such as, like the article said, a parking space. Like, it's absolutely ridiculous. It's like a whole bunch of other stuff going on in the world, a bunch of different actual emergencies happening, and you're getting this irate because of someone parking in a parking space. And then when she said, I bet you're here to get yourself a piece of ass, that's a major assumption she made there. And I bet you she would have never made that assumption if that was a white man. See, that's basically trying to say that black men are these sexual deviants. That's something that the media has been putting out about black men for years, that we just cannot control our sexual urges no matter what. And like I said, even if he was there getting him a piece of ass like she assumed, it's none of her business. He wasn't there to see her. So what? That's the crazy part about it. She made that wild assumption, and he could have very well been there for any other reason but that. But that was one of her first assumptions, that he was there to have sex with someone. It's wild. It's just wild. But you know what? He said that she's an older woman. That means she ain't got much time left on this earth anyway. And if the good Lord allows, maybe the woo-woo will come and snatch her ass up too.